super excited for this panel, Scaling Vision, Strategies for Growth, Community Impact, and Lasting Success. This panel will have Justin and Jordan Herbert. Jordan Herbert was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I met him at the Pittsburgh Tech Happy Hour that we did a few times, and super excited for what Bridge City Connections. I think that energy is now in Bridge City, so I love to see what they're doing. Jordan is a father, a husband, father of two, deeply rooted in his community. With over a decade of experience in real estate, he has successfully managed transactions exceeding over $16 million and built dynamic sales teams that drive results. Jordan is passionate about innovation and is recognized for his ability to solve complex real estate challenges while minimizing transaction friction. Super excited to welcome Justin Howell. Justin is based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin right now. He's a seasoned expert in program management, business and brand strategy, social media growth, and partnership development. As a director of partnerships at a leading nonprofit in southeastern Wisconsin, he drives transformative growth by creating partnerships that empower local entrepreneurs to scale, uplift their communities as well. So super excited to welcome you both. Happy Friday the 13th. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. Fantastic, man. Thanks for having us here. This is awesome. Been an awesome conference.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It's been jam-packed. I'm enjoying every moment of it. So it's been awesome. Today's the 13th, so it's Friday
Yes.
the 13th. Yeah.
Well, love it, love it. So let's just get started. And I'll question for both of you. How do you approach branding and marketing to really build trust and authenticity with your audience? So Justin, I'll let you take this one first, and I think it'll be relevant for folks to also understand, as well as the work and the growth that you're doing, with your family and that growth. So it'd be helpful to kind of touch base on that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so my fiance now, she's been doing social media for quite a few years. But in the last 2 years, we were able to just kind of like lock in and take it to the next level. I mean, she's soaring right now, millions of followers on multiple platforms and things like that. And so one thing that we're not doing is we're not selling products. It's kind of our story that's intriguing, that captures people to want more and to stay engaged. And so when I'm working with entrepreneurs, or when I'm working with people who are trying to scale up and use social media, some of the things I talk to them about is storytelling. How do you keep them engaged? And if you do have a product, what have you done to secure the trust factor? Is there a website up? Do you have a call to action in your bio? Are there keywords that are linking you to your website to establish that trust? And some of the simple things are just an easy TikTok shop or an easy Instagram shop, right? These are like little small things that mean a lot, especially when building that trust factor, and also community engagement. And not using AI terminology, but actual, authentic, genuine community engagement in whatever niche that you are in, or whatever product that you're selling, that you're always, the customer's always right. We hear that in business and in sales, the customer's always right. Not necessarily meaning they're 100% right, but take into consideration what they're saying.
Definitely. And I just wanted to show the audience a little bit about your fiance's page, and just I highly recommend, because in terms of storytelling, they're authentically living their own life. And I think just as a if I was any company, or any company that wants to be in your kitchen, right, like even a cereal brand, right, I would want to have my company there. So I think it's really really cool to see that growth, and again, just authenticity. Bringing it back to you, Jordan, because you've been in real estate for over a decade, right? And I think it's for many people, it's a hard industry to break into, to get started. So just from when you were starting out, how were you able to really build that brand, that go-to kind of source in your area, um and continue to kind of build that trust?
Yeah, absolutely. So For us, it's all about trust. It's all about transparency. When I got into this industry, I knew nothing about real estate, but I've been in sales for, longer than a decade. So I knew that, it was important to meet people where they were, to build that rapport, to get to people to like, know, and trust you. And then, the sale will kind of happen organically. And I've just maintained that methodology over the years to just basically meet every homeowner where they are, to be able to just simply leave them in a better position than I found them in. And that's been working for us, without fail. We're continuing to meet homeowners in the same way. And it's funny because even though our marketing dynamic might have changed a little bit, the homeowners that we're meeting, their problems aren't changing. It's very much the same problems that these homeowners are facing, and it's just like one of five problems. And so we've been really good at establishing rapport to the point of trust with these homeowners to get to be their first choice. To whereas it's like they're inundated with marketing methods of direct mail and social media. Why would they choose us? And I think the main thing is just our personal presence. And it's funny because as we transition into a more non-personal way of connecting homeowners to sellers, we still want to try to retain that feeling of that, down home person that you can trust, that you can talk to, that you can sell your home to. So that's been the main thing for us in growing. And then as far as just scaling up, quick plug the Stopwatch Creative.
Hey, stopwatch.
Yeah,
Right.
Stopwatch. We're leveraging Stopwatch Creative and Manny's genius over there, to help take us to the next level in terms of what we're looking to do with our brand.
Love that. Love that. And thank you for the shout out, and shout out to Stopwatch and Lenny as well. Um, so I guess, with sticking on real estate a little bit more, um, what would you tell someone who wants to get in right now? What are you seeing in the market and the opportunities, right? I think I saw the interest rates will drop today. So I guess from your point of view, is it a good time right now to buy real estate? I think, many millennials, many Gen Z people, they're from, I mean, someone in the last week said to me, I'll never buy real estate, right? So I guess from your perspective, what do you see in it, and what's your advice for someone who wants to get in real estate?
Yeah, really, the only thing you can trust in real estate are the numbers. And that's the first thing that I teach my sales professionals is that we don't fit square pegs into round holes. The numbers are going to tell you whether it's a good deal or not. I don't care if you're in $1 million market or if you're over there with Jarrell paying $217 a month in rent. There's a market for both of those things, because the numbers are going to support whatever decisions that you have to make. So really be rooted in the metrics, and the metrics are going to allow you to determine whether something has investment feasibility, wholesale feasibility, buy and hold, whatever the case, whatever strategy you're looking to use. The numbers are the end all be all for anyone who's looking to enter into the real estate markets, regardless of what their experience level is.
Love that. Love that. Justin, would love to hear from you. With you being, I think it's great that you guys so full disclaimer, Justin and I met in Miami, grew up in I think you spent a lot of time in Ohio as well. Now you're in Milwaukee. I personally have never been to Milwaukee. So I think just for someone looking into these smaller markets, uh, how has that been? Adapting to a new place. It seems like you're thriving there, and maybe what synergies have you seen in other markets, and how's that helped with the work that you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm very, very, very diverse. I've been all over America and out of the country growing up, so able to take different things. And one thing that I like about Milwaukee that it's a small big city, right? So we have a professional sports team here. So it's a small big city, and I moved here 2 years ago. It's my girlfriend at the time. I met her in college. She's like, "Just come here. There's opportunity here," and I'm like, well, in Columbus, my friends are real estate moguls. They're, you have, it's just so many different people who are doing great things. She's like, well, you're not finding any opportunities there. So I kind of just like rebranded myself and got focused. And was like, how do I make myself, relevant in today's society with the soft skills that I do have? And coming here, it's just been, I mean, it's been all open doors. As I say, like I do program management, and so what I did was I updated my resume, because something I learned in college, that was quite some time ago. So that's when I was able to connect with Generator and Microsoft and just get a certificate in project management to make me relevant to today's skills. Then I also work with a nonprofit where I'm the associate director of partnerships. And once again, I said like Milwaukee's very, very small. And so when we opened our community marketplace, which also has 40 entrepreneurs there with over 200 products that are local, people like the mayor was there, the aldermen were there, the governor's representative was there. So these were great opportunities for me to connect and form partnerships, which I'm very, very good at doing. And so I was able to take those soft skills, like I said before, and in a small, big city, you're able to flourish because now the reputation of your name and what you stand for and what you're behind is colossal. And then it's like I don't even tell these people what my family and I do, or my fiance and her business, what she has going on. So when they say, "Oh, I didn't know you do this," it's like, "Oh yeah, I help out there." You know what I mean? I help out there as well. So it's been great, man. Milwaukee is great, and one thing I can tell is that when you go to big cities like Chicago, that's right over the border. We go there and we see the technological landscape that's laid out. We say, how can we make Milwaukee a Chicago? How can we? We're a few years behind, but how can we kind of rev it up some expeditiously? And so we take some of those key components, what I do, and I implement them here in a small city that is not relevant. And now it's like, wow, you start to make a really, really big community impact.
Love that. And just for everyone listening, it's only 2 hours away. Um, Chicago from Milwaukee. So that would be a very good drive,
Yeah,
very good
it's really
trip.
like an hour. It's really like an hour. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're going there constantly. And I mean, one day, one of our sponsors are it's the Mosher. I mean, is a very, very wealthy man, Mosher Foundation. We just took the train to Chicago and had lunch there. You know what I mean? I'm just like, this is just. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, it's just
Why
so
not?
sufficient, right? Right. Wait, why
Yeah.
not?
um, I love that. Yeah. So just kind of bringing it right back to you, Jordan, um, and focusing on real estate too. I guess what are some of the biggest challenges in making real estate more accessible, and how are you addressing them with DealMate?
Okay, yeah. So real estate pretty much hasn't changed since the first house made of clay and straw was sold. So there's a ton of challenges, especially in our home market here in Pittsburgh. I had a meeting with Mayor Ed Gainey about DealMate and about how we're going to try to integrate DealMate to make real estate more accessible. And the long and the short is that real estate has three different sectors right here in Pittsburgh, and so in order to effectively integrate it, we have to get all three of these sectors interested in doing the same thing and taking us from the stone tablets that they're currently recording deeds on all the way into the 21st century. So I think that the biggest hurdle really is just the way that they, take in the information, the process that you have to go through. And so one of the things that I've learned in just the years in doing this is just that human error is a huge part of the problem.
Mm.
You send somebody an email or you send somebody some documents and they're sitting on their desk and they reply back with the, "Oh, hey, sorry, I missed this. I'll get it out tomorrow." And so like every time that happens, it's going to set us back. And there's a lot of things that we can leverage AI for in order to just do these things more rapidly without fail. And so that's DealMate's answer, is to just bring this rapid information and the ability to do these things more quickly and more seamlessly to the general public. When you look at prop tech companies, and there's over 9,000 prop tech companies, they all focus on serving the real estate agent or servicing the big time investors or the mortgage brokers. Not one prop tech company is highlighting the homeowner or the end buyer and saying, hey, this is going to be a good way to enhance your capabilities to access the market or know what to look for in the market. And so that's what DealMate brings. is that accessibility to the homeowners and to the buyers directly, as opposed to empowering these, larger companies and the real estate agencies.
Love that. Love that. And we only have 13 minutes left, so if anyone in the audience has any questions, feel free. Jay Gilmer um, just posted, Milwaukee's a great place, much bigger than Pittsburgh. All right, yeah. Is Milwaukee bigger than Pittsburgh? Is that
Not too
true?
much on Pittsburgh, man. Shout out to Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to Pittsburgh. I know Milwaukee is bigger than Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but we don't have, like I said, the infrastructure that Cleveland has is just not here. You know what I mean? There's some missing links here. Um
Yeah.
so
No,
I mean
and make yeah, no, I hear that. And I want to visit. How bad are the winters like right now
it
for
was
you
just
guys?
snowing yesterday, it was snowing a little today. It gets cold, right on the lake. Right on the lake, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it gets bad. That was something that I had to get conditioned to. I mean, it snows in May. Um so yeah,
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
last 2 years, yeah, it snowed in May on my fiance's birthday. So it's like it's snowing. I'm like, this is crazy. This
That's
is
great.
out of
Wow.
control.
So, Justin, kind of sticking with you, what trends in social media and branding should entrepreneurs focus in on in 2025, and maybe some tips that has helped with your efforts this year in 2024?
Yeah, yeah. So, being able to observe from an operational standpoint, we've built our community organically, right? So there was no like paying for followers, there was no boosting, there was no I mean, the only things that were boosted was probably like a collaboration sponsorship deal with, you know, uh, maybe a Whole Foods or something like to that nature. But what we found is that being more organic has driven our engagement up a lot, right? And so we look at trends. One thing I want to tell people is, be specific. Find that niche that you're supposed to be involved in first and foremost. Know what your purpose is on social media. If you're using it just to be social and talk to people, okay, that's cool. But if you're trying to build or you're trying to become an influencer or a content creator, you need to level it down by just picking a niche first and foremost, because that's going to help you build a community and build authenticity. And so once you're able to do that, then you're able to kind of scale up and grow and see if you want to, boost or add. But we've done all of ours organically. And one thing that I've noticed as well is that with that niche, you're going to get a core audience. You're going to build that community. And that's what's important. A lot of people that are trying to grow on social media, especially like entrepreneurs, I see they post just pictures. And I'm like, well, that's not good for the algorithm. At this point right now, what's going on is short-term reels, right? Just really short 30-second to a minute reel. And what also, if you do want, I tell them, if you do want to post pictures, there's no problem with that. Let's use a carousel. So you can have multiple pictures or videos in that same post, right? Which is going to drive more engagement if we're talking about an Instagram or a TikTok. So there's different strategical approaches that you can take based off of what you're looking to get out of it. So you got to know what you want out of it. You got to know what you're getting out of it. And then, you can take the approach from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and doubling down on maybe, are there any for example, I love captions.ai, I'll drop it. But are there any tools that you think founders could help to just help them with this content creation that they're doing?
Yeah. So one thing for us is like a lot of our stuff is short. And we use a basic software. But for some people that I've helped out, especially with podcasts and long term, just like longer footage, is Opus Cut. And so that is really, really, really good, especially if you're gaining a lot of footage because you're able to throw that in there and chop it up. And it also helps with, the time efficiency, right? With repurposing your content, and especially for the artists that I've helped out. It's like you have this long video, and you should be having, first of all, multiple changing of outfits in this one video, right? And so now you have multiple outfit changes. You're able to repurpose that content from that same song that you think is hot or your community does, right? And you're able to put up different reels with different outfits to that song. So now it's like you're repurposing content, but it's new visually, which is captivating, which is gonna kind of hone me in a little bit. Oh, he has on a new outfit, or he has this on, but it's the same song. And so yeah, Opus Cut is a really, really good
Opus,
one.
is it the Opus clip?
Opus Clip. Apologize.
Yep,
Yeah, Opus
yep,
Clip. Yeah, Opus Clip. Yeah.
nice. And just for anyone in the audience, yesterday we did have a speaker, Ibrahim, with Taja.ai. Where I would say his company is a alternative as well to Opus. But just some advice, Opus is VC backed where Taja isn't. And I think
Right.
what for everyone listening, that's some of the benefits of being VC backed and just in notoriety. And also they have a lot more dollars to spend on marketing and things of that nature. But
And I
um
would like to add this in too, is that I checked out Taj AI because he works with Collaborate and Elevate. And so I checked him out quite some time ago, and I would have to say that his software is a lot more user friendly, right? If you're just coming into you're just coming in, you're a beginner, right? Ibrahim's Taj AI, its software is very, very user friendly.
awesome. Awesome. Um Jordan, bringing it back to you over here. Like I said, I really love all the stuff that Bridge City Connections is doing, and I saw that you all have an event next week. Unfortunately, won't be able to make that, but the first one in January, I want to come. But I want to answer Jay Gilmer, who asked the question: how can technology help the lower income home buyer? How do you
Yeah,
how do
so
you answer that? Yeah.
I think a lot of times, when we have a lower income population, that's a direct correlation to the amount or the pool of information that they can access. And so I think that just the same way how we can leverage things like GPT and these large language models to be able to get more information faster, I think technology is going to even the playing field in a sense because it's going to give them access to the same sort of opportunities, access to the same information just as fast if they're privy to that. And so
Mhm.
Jay actually has a great thing that he's doing here in Pittsburgh with Operation Better Block on encouraging new home buyers for properties in disparaged areas. And so, I think the best thing would be to leverage technology in order to put more information into those prospective home buyers' hands so that they can ultimately make better decisions.
Yeah,
Love
definitely.
it, love it. Yeah, no, I just Googled it and dropped the link. Um, yeah, and I think, I said in the last panel, if you look around, the Midwest, you see a lot of similar issues. What I'm looking at, Operation Better Block, I mean, I think this could apply in every big, Ohio city. Just quick skimming through it. It's just one of the reasons why we started this company collab too, collaborate and elevate. I think just us being able to communicate, share what we're working on and find solutions. Um, is really just some of the best ways. Um, Only 4 minutes left. Want to see if you all have any questions for each other. Um, but really appreciate your time here today. What are you looking forward to in 2025? What are some things that you both are looking forward to? Maybe some opportunities. Um, yeah, I'll let you start, Justin.
Yeah, 2025, it's gonna be a great year. And I'm just gonna record it, have these meta glasses on.
That's what
But
that is. Okay, I was
yeah,
wondering if that's what are
they're
those the
like,
Ray-Bans?
yeah, yep,
They're
yep.
incognito. I really couldn't tell if they were the recording ones or not. I like that. I
Yeah,
like
these are the
I
recorded
like it.
ones.
Yeah, I need to get those.
So and great quality too. I mean, it's definitely essential for a content creator, right? It's first person, views. But 2025, man, it's looking great. especially with the partnerships that I have aligned out here. So, like I said before, I work with small businesses and I work with like Fortune 500 uh, companies. So, I mean, anywhere from small to big and startups, everything in between. And so it's just kind of like dialing in on those partnerships and seeing where they're going to take us. And so I have a lot of different things on the table where I can utilize the partnerships that I have across various platforms. And so, like this year, I'm looking to scale those platforms a lot, a lot, a lot. So yeah, it's a big year. I'm really, really excited.
I
I'm
echo those
excited for what
same
you're doing.
sentiments. Yeah, I echo those same sentiments as Justin. 2024 for us was a year of sort of fostering these various partnerships and really putting a foot out there. We've been doing what we've been doing for over a decade now with zero social media,
Mhm.
really just meeting people where they are, boots on the ground sort of approach. And so, partnering with people like Manny, looking forward to talking with you, Justin, more about how we can leverage social media and things like that. Even working with the bigger groups like Operation Better Block and what we're doing with Bridge City Connections, all of these things to just ultimately bring people together, I think is what I'm most excited about, is because 2024, everybody's kind of had this opportunity to take their ideal and take their vision, and we just run it past each other. And it's just been like this melting pot of great ideas, met with innovation, met with some great mentorship. And I think that next year we're just really gonna just hit things out of the park. So I'm just super excited to really just see what the fruits of the labor are, because we're putting in a ton of work right now, and to finally get the tech pieces formulated behind Dealmate to really make real estate as seamless as we want it to be.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for it because we need that. I mean, like just the normal people in life, the citizens of America need that information to hit their hands, right? Especially when making such a uh big decision of your life. You don't want to be married to the house. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to get it low and build some equity and go on from there. So yeah, I'm excited for what you're bringing. I appreciate that too, man. That's a genius create. That's innovative.
It's a necessity. I've been doing
Mhm.
It's a
this long
necessity.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this long enough to know, like, man, like, what has taken title so long to resolve this lien? Or, where did my escrow money go? Like, why is this real estate agent sending this buyer leads versus sending me the leads, because we're just as qualified? And so, it really just levels the playing field and really just empowers the homeowners and the investors and the home buyers.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I love it. I love it. That's a perfect way to end. And the two of you remind me of just persistence and dedication. So super excited for what you're about to do. And happy holidays and thank you for joining us.